Good morning, okay, 8:34. Happy Tuesday to you. You know, former life, Mames, was a real estate attorney.
Yeah.
And so I get it, dealing with paperwork, dealing with forms, when you're dealing with companies, when you're dealing with all this kind of stuff. It gets complicated, right?
It does get complicated.
You want someone who knows what they're doing, but you kind of want like a system that just kind of processes it, makes it easy, provides like a service for it. There's some people doing that. Paul Formella joins us this morning. He is the co-founder of Perfect Form. Paul, good morning to you.
Good morning, Justin. Good morning, Mimi. How are you guys?
Thanks for joining us. All right, so how long have you been a glutton for pain and been an attorney in your life, just out of curiosity?
Yeah, I graduated from law school in 2015, so got barred in late 2015. So I've been a barred lawyer since then, practiced for a little over 8 years before leaving to co-found our company, Perfect Form.
And when I look at your site, perfectform.com, I do see the bio on here. You were a big corporate lawyer, right? Is that did you consider yourself big law? Is that how you looked at yourself, or tell us about your journey?
Yeah, it was big law. So went to the University of Chicago for law school. Graduated, like I said, in 2015. Took a job at one of these big firms. And was really into real estate from a young age, kind of beginning of college, got super interested in it, actually majored in finance and real estate in undergrad. And so gravitated towards a real estate group at my firm. And yeah, practiced, worked on some of the biggest real estate deals in the country for a little over 8 years. So yeah, definitely big law. It gets a bad rap, right? Kind of chew you up and spit you out. But I had a really great experience, actually. Worked with wonderful people, wonderful clients, and really didn't have a bad thing to say.
And so what was that moment though where you said to yourself, "Hey, I think I've got an idea, and I think I want to start this new journey." So give us the origin story, if you would, of how Perfect Form came to be.
Yeah, actually, kind of where I really started to think about it. It's a little bit of a sad story, but my mom, who is my hero, she was diagnosed with a malignant brain tumor in 2019, and glioblastoma. For anybody that knows much about glioblastoma, unfortunately, it's for all intents and purposes a death sentence when you get it. So she fought her tail off, had a couple surgeries, did the whole bit, chemo, radiation, and my law firm, name of the law firm was Goodwin Proctor. They graciously allowed me to basically step away and be with her through that entire battle. And she passed away it was diagnosed June 2019, passed away in January of 2020. And during that time, it just, put things in perspective, right? Really made me think about, okay, life is short, can be taken at any moment. What do you really want to do with your career? I had a really nice 8 years, had enjoyed it, but I just wasn't really passionate about what I was doing. So I just started considering various ideas. Was a real estate lawyer, so I considered starting a property management company, starting a real estate investment company. But I really wanted to try to leverage my kind of legal background to some extent. So I landed on this industry, corporate services, because we had worked with a number of companies in this industry during my time as a lawyer. And I just thought there was always pretty significant areas for improvement with other companies we've worked with. And so with my legal background, I thought I could come in, design a company that did things better than the legacy companies did. There's no secret sauce, but around the margins, I think we do things better. And that's why I took the leap, kind of allowed me to leverage my legal background. And I thought there was an opportunity there based on what the legacy providers were doing.
And so what are the services that Perfect Form offers to folks?
Yeah, so we start with entity formation. So forming LLCs, corporations, limited partnerships, et cetera. And then we perform various compliance services related to those entity formations. So if you think about a law firm, they might be doing a real estate transaction, and they need a bunch of new entities formed in connection with that transaction. We'll form the entities. Those entities might need to be qualified in different jurisdictions, depending on where the real estate's located compared to where the entities are being formed. We'll serve as the registered agent for those entities. And so we're receiving any legal correspondence, service of process on behalf of those entities. And then we'll also do various compliance services for those entities, so annual reporting, that type of thing. And we'll service law firms, which, that's my background, and so we work with a lot of law firms. But we'll also work with, young startups, entrepreneurs, folks who are just getting started, might need assistance with, hey, I want to form here, but I also need to qualify here based on where my business will be. we'll kind of help through that entire process. And so we really work with folks across the spectrum, which makes it a lot of fun because we get to interact with people kind of from all different backgrounds.
Kind of a change of pace, if you would, right? Being in big law, being on the real estate side, probably reviewing, hundreds of pages of lender documents right in advance of a transaction versus now helping entities almost get started, right? If you would, or wherever they're at in their journey. What's that change been like for you?
That's exactly right. It's a totally different kind of mindset, right? In big law, you're working with established companies, folks who already know what they're doing. They're already obviously well on their way. You're just kind of helping them along. When it comes to the business I'm in now, helping folks get started, put aside the work we do with law firms for a moment and think about the work we do with entrepreneurs. It's just really energizing, right? Because somebody comes to you and say, hey, I have this business idea. I have no idea where to start, right? And so you really feel like you're helping people kind of get off on the right foot in terms of starting, whether it be a side hustle, kind of a dream business. And so it's just a really energizing feeling, I think is the best way I can put it. It's just really fun to work with folks, answer questions, kind of help them understand that starting a business in the United States really isn't all that complex. It doesn't need to be scary. There's really only a few key steps you need to kind of get right, and you're off and running.
What about the communication side, right? Because that's very important to folks, right? They may hire you for that initial service and that filing, but there are annual requirements too. So what position do you guys take as far as communication and keeping your clients in the know to keep them compliant, not just in the beginning, but for years to come?
Yeah, so what happens whenever you do a formation with us is we basically take you through a custom intake form that's going to spell out for you the various options for services you can hire us for or things you can handle yourself. So we try to be really transparent. We try to give people a really nice roadmap for what that entity formation is going to require on a going forward basis. So if folks do engage our ongoing compliance service, they're going to get a portal where they're going to have the dates where everything's due. They're going to get reminders. We're going to be reaching out to say, hey, this date's coming up. Make sure this is in. Here's the information we need. And even if they don't hire us for that ongoing compliance service, they're still going to have that portal that they can use as a resource for themselves to kind of keep everything organized. And so part of what was important to me in co-founding the company was just trying to be really transparent and not trying to be overly salesy, right? There's so much opportunity out there that I think, my goal is, hey, be open with people. Tell them this is what it's going to take. These are options. You can handle this part yourself. You can let us do it. And just try to get people as comfortable as possible, because I think in the long run, that's really what's going to benefit our company. And it just feels better doing business that way. So that's how we operate.
Paul, as far as particular locations, are you guys able to service someone in all 50 states, regardless of where they're located, or kind of where do you guys start and stop with your territories that you offer your services at?
Yes, we service folks all over the country, but having said that, we do have a local focus kind of here in North Carolina. And the reason for that is it's an industry that gets a bit of a bad rap, right? A lot of kind of hidden costs, hidden fees, people not really sure what they're getting. And so what we found is it's really a highly relational business. And so focusing in on North Carolina, and specifically kind of the Charlotte metro here, I'm able to meet with folks in person, right? Take folks to lunch, take folks out to dinner, just meet at their office, whatever it may be, to explain what we do, to just try to build a rapport as we try to build relationships to get folks to trust us to help their business. Obviously, that's harder to do with kind of one-off startups who might just be forming one entity, but especially for bigger businesses, law firms, other service providers, we have more of a focus locally. Because it is a kind of highly relational industry.
Paul, if someone wanted to, let's say, get to know you guys, see if you guys are the right fit for what they need for entity formation, for keeping up with filings and those types of things, what's the best way for them to get in touch with you?
Yeah, so the first thing I would say, check out our website, right? You can read a bit about my background there, see our offerings. You'll get a lot of info. We've got kind of a pricing page that lays out state fees across all 50 states for various services. So give that a look. And then to get in touch with us, call, email, and then live chat on our website are really the three easiest ways. So phone number's right there on the website, 980-231-0232. My personal email is paul@perfectform.com. You can also send us an email at support@perfectform.com. And then, like I said, there's a live chat feature on our website. So very responsive, very easy to get in touch with. You're going to get a real person when you call. I think we have a note on our website, tired of the AI chatbot thing, reach out to us. We're really a service first company complemented by, proprietary software that we've built to help provide our services, but we're really first and foremost a service oriented company. So happy to hear from folks anytime to answer questions or whatever it may be.
Paul Formella, Perfect Form, perfectform.com. Paul, thanks for coming on, sharing with us this morning. It was a pleasure to meet you. Hopefully the best for you and the team.
Likewise. Thanks so much, Justin and Amy. Appreciate you.
All right, good morning, fam. Coming back, we've got Patrick Reynolds coming up next. He's host of the Home Ad Show Monday through Friday, 9 to 11. He's buying, selling, and celebrating. That's what he does every day. We'll celebrate with him next.